Hello, hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm Dr. Tim Thane, the founder of Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound's an organization that was started about 14 years ago when we saw this huge gap in the continuum of care after an intensive out-of-home placement. There really wasn't an answer to how do you take this situation where there's all this support and therapy and then transition all of that progress back into the home. So we filled that gap. Well, I'm here to share with you another gap that exists in the continuum of care that we're now addressing. And that's the gap that exists right there where outpatient therapy is just not enough and an out-of-home placement would be too much. There's that gap that exists. I'm excited to be able to share the details of this with you through our two leaders in the tri-state area. We have Meredith Silversmith, who's our area director, and then we have Marina Veron, who is our outreach community coordinator. So I'm going to turn the time over to them, and I know they're going to share with you all the details about how this happens.
Hi, I'm Meredith Silversmith. I'm the Tri-State Area Director for Homeward Bound, New York, and this is Marina Veron, our Community Outreach Coordinator, and we wanted to share some information with you today about a new service we're offering called HB Lite. Do you want to tell them a little bit about how this came to be?
Definitely. In the past few years, we've spoken with many professionals in the tri-state area about their clients and what would support their clients and families best and what would be most beneficial to them. And we repeatedly came across this gap in services where families were kind of not having their needs met, where they had a teen or a young adult that was not necessarily making the most progress in your traditional office-based once-a-week therapy, but an out-of-home treatment program was too intensive, and this is not the level of need that this family was appropriate for. So this is how HB Lite came about, because we wanted to take our already effective Homeward Bound model and curriculum and apply it to the families that were not as intense need, but needed something more hands-on, something more coaching, something more skill-focused than once a week 45-minute therapy, which is not a great fit for many young people.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me tell you a little bit about what HB Lite is. It's, as Marina said, really a lighter version of Homeward Bound. There are two components to HB Lite. The first is an HB Lite assessment. So this involves your coach doing a panoramic assessment, which is intensive case collaboration. So getting feedback from current treatment providers, past treatment providers, psychiatrists, therapists, family therapists, any key players at school, the parents, siblings, the teen or young adult themselves. So really collecting that background, reviewing any evaluations that have been done, so that the coach is coming in with a clear picture of what's been going on. And it also includes a shortened home visit with the teen or young adult, their parents, and their siblings. So during this home visit, the coach is going to spend time getting to know everybody, develop clarity around each individual's role in helping things get back on track, as well as the family's goals altogether to get things back on track. And they're also going to work with the parents to develop a plan for moving forward, which is the expectations and accountability that the teen, young adult, or young adult and their siblings are going to be held to and followed through on by the parents. So that's one piece of HB Lite. After you complete the HB Lite assessment, you can move on to HB Lite coaching. And this is month to month, and it's weekly coaching with the teen or young adult, weekly coaching with the parents, and then, of course, our direct access between coaching sessions where the parents or the teen can call, text, or email for support in between, and then ongoing collaboration with other treatment providers and home team members. So this is really a great service. We offer it fully in-home in our premium model where the coach will be in the home meeting with the family each week, or we offer the traditional model where the coaching will happen via Skype or FaceTime. But either way, we're really excited and we think it's going to be great for these families in the middle. Do you want to share a bit about who it's most appropriate for?
Definitely. So HB Light is really for families with teens or young adults who are maybe not making the progress that they need to in outpatient therapy, which is really common because 45 minutes once a week face-to-face may not necessarily be the best modality for young adults and teens, or they are resistant to office-based therapy, which is really common. And it's also for families who need that in-home, in vivo coaching to break long-standing patterns and dynamics that are keeping the family stuck, which, may not be helped by an office-based therapist or may not be helped enough by an office-based therapist.
Yeah.
It's also for teens, young adults who would benefit from specific skill building, and their families who would benefit from specific skill building, improving communication, and like you said, part of the assessment, that plan for moving forward, something very clear that's behavioral and can be followed. And it's also for teens and young adults who are doing great in office-based therapy but are maybe having a hard time translating some of the skills that they're learning into their actual environment. And this is where the coach can really come and help generalize some of those skills.
That's great. And of course, there are some teens and some young adults who HB Light would not be best for. These would be teens and young adults who are really at risk of being placed in an out-of-home program. So they're like sort of walking that line, or their behaviors are really intense and the parents are in the middle of making that decision. Our early intervention services would be better suited for that family because we'll come in intensively, we'll do the full program, and we'll have our best shot at preventing the need for out-of-home placement, or at minimum sustaining the family till they get to the point of the teen being placed. And then also teens and young adults who are returning home from a wilderness program or a therapeutic boarding school, they would be best suited for our transition planning or transition support services, where again, they're getting the full model, the full transition support. That's really what they would need at that time.
If you have families that you'd like to refer, please contact our enrollment director, Brent Esplin, at 801-404-0706, or you can email him at brent.esplin@homewardbound.com, and we will put his information below.